Hi guys, this is going to be just a quick foam roller kind of session. I'm going to show you a bunch of stretches or different ways to kind of use the foam roller, maybe after taking a class or even just in general. You know, if you're working from home or even just sitting around, it's very different from the livelihood we had before all of this, so our posture is different, and the foam roller is just really helpful to kind of bring back that alignment and wake up all those posture muscles, kind of open you up and make you feel good. So we're going to start off with the foam roller the long way here. And if you don't have a foam roller, or if you're planning on ordering one, I got this one off of Amazon. It's an Amazon basic foam roller, and it's great. It's a 36-inch, so the biggest size, and a full foam roller. We're gonna start lying down on this. So your tail is at the very end here. You're gonna lie yourself all the way down. We're gonna start just on your back. So you wanna make sure that your tailbone and the back of your head is supported onto the foam roller. So nothing is hanging off. Your spine is along the foam roller here. So right away, lying down, you're already put in this nice alignment here. And we're just gonna start off with a big pec stretch. So arms can open to the sides, either the letter T, or you can go into like a cactus shape with your arms, which I like to do. I personally feel the stretch more in the cactus shape, but you go where you feel good and just let gravity go here. Letting your elbows maybe reach towards the floor. And then you can kind of play with that stretch. So maybe bring your arms a little higher, or maybe bring your elbows a little lower, closer towards your ribs. Kind of moving, sliding the arms just up and down here, feeling where you feel the stretch more. Should feel really nice. So naturally, especially if we're sitting around or if we're working from a computer, we're going to be rounded forward a lot. So this is already opening you up, putting you in a slight bit of extension here. Let's take just one more big breath. And then we're going to start to draw some circles with your arms. You can bring the arms up to the ceiling, nice big circles out to the sides of the room. Now, if a big circle does not feel good for your shoulder, no big deal. You make the range a little smaller. I personally like to make it a little smaller myself. You can take your hands to your shoulders, drawing circles with your elbows, really whatever feels good. Just opening you up a bit more. We'll reverse those circles, go the other way. One more time. Awesome. And then last release here, we'll take a little bit of a lap stretch. You're just going to reach the arms up and over behind you here to where you can, letting the arms fall where it feels good. Getting a little bit of a release right underneath the armpit here, nothing too crazy. Think of getting your back ribs down into the foam roller beneath you a little more. Awesome. And then we're going to carefully come out of this. So taking the arms to the mat, you can either roll to the side or using your elbows to help sit yourself on up, whatever's most comfortable for you. Now from here, let's go into rolling out our hips a bit. So foam roller stays the same long way, and then you can have a seat on the foam roller facing me. So hands are going to go behind you here. Use them for support onto the mat or floor behind you. You're going to take a figure 4, so I'm going to cross right ankle over my left here. Right ankle's over my left knee. You're going to shift all of your weight over to your right butt cheek, and then just start to roll out here, forward and back. Should feel good, maybe in a slightly painful way, and that's okay. So the glutes are big muscle groups. They take over, they tend to be pretty tight. So if you have any low back pain, this is really great just to kind of smooth out. If you have sciatica, this is good as well. We kind of want to get into the piriformis, the glute med, glute max, all of that. And you can kind of play around, right? You can get a little closer towards your sits bone, maybe a little more towards the outer hip, maybe a little closer towards your low spine. You go where it feels good. Forward and back. And always feel free to hang out a bit longer on one side or in a certain stretch if that side's tighter for you. You can pause the vid and hang out a bit longer. This is just kind of a guide to show you how to use the foam roller. Then we'll go to the other side. Left ankle over my right knee. I shift all my weight over to my left cheek and start to roll forward and back. Don't be afraid to really use your arms to ground you as well. Really sinking that weight. And then notice maybe one side's tighter than the other. Maybe that's a leg you like to kind of sink in more when you're standing. Maybe that side is where you have some low back pain. Just kind of like noticing it, making note of it. Not to panic over it, but just kind of noticing how your body works, what's going on. Stay here for a few more seconds. This feels really good for me. Awesome. All right. Now from here, we'll carefully come off the foam roller. I'm gonna flip it horizontal now. So we're gonna go into rolling out your IT band. So IT band runs from the outer hip down towards your knee here. So if you have any knee pain, hip pain, this is gonna help a lot. And it tends to be tight on everyone. It might be a little painful for you to roll it out, but that's normal. So to set up here, facing me, top leg is over my bottom leg here. You're gonna prop yourself on up. Now you never wanna roll over the joint. So I don't wanna be right on my hip bone here. I'm slightly below it. I'm gonna straighten that bottom leg. Both hands on the floor for support. Top leg crossed over onto the floor for support, right? So bottom leg's gonna come off of the floor, still nice and straight here. And I'm using my top leg to push and kind of roll out. All my weight's into my hands as well. Use that to help. So I'm rolling from the top of my knee to the bottom of that hip socket here. And it's painful, it hurts. You might get into the outer quad a little bit as well. It's tight on everyone, I swear. It's not just you, it's not just me, it's everyone. But it's so good just to lengthen those muscles, release that tension here. We'll stay here for a few more breaths. Notice if that bottom leg's bending at all and really try to just keep it long. Take breaks if you need to. And then from here, we're gonna go into rolling out both quads. We'll just kind of flip over onto your, or not onto your stomach, but onto the front of your thighs here. So almost as if you were kind of setting up for a plank, you can take your forearms down. Now the foam roller is starting at the top of my quads here. Both legs will come up off the floor so you're able to kind of roll forward and back. So I'm gonna move this back a little more just so that you can see. But we're getting into the quads, so the front of your thighs here. Awesome. So you can kind of play with the position. So the quad's a big muscle, right? You can turn your legs out, getting almost slightly more towards your inner thighs. I'm starting at the top of my knees and I go up just about to my pubic bone here, right below the pelvis. And then you can rotate your legs so that they're parallel. That gets a bit more right into the top of those quads. Just shifting forward and back, smooth it out. Notice maybe one leg tighter than the other. Maybe shifting a little more weight to the right or to the left. Just do what feels good or necessary for your body. Awesome. We're gonna come out of that and then let's do that IT band release on the other side. So sitting up horizontally, top leg over the bottom leg. You're on the side of that hip, right below the hip socket. Bottom leg goes long, and you start to roll here. Bottom of the hip socket, top to top of the knee here. Outer quad, IT band release. Woo. Painful. I swear it'll be worth it. Try to relax your shoulders, your neck. Let's go for a few more breaths. Awesome. And then we'll carefully come out of that here. We are going to now keep the foam roller the horizontal way. We're going to do a little bit of mobilizing for your thoracic spine, so that's your upper back here. Setting up horizontally, you're going to have the seat just in front of the foam roller here. You're going to set up with the foam roller kind of towards the bottom part of your shoulder blades. Or really, it should be in a spot that kind of feels good. And you can adjust, take your hands behind your head right away so your neck has support. Letting the head go back. Just take a second, find some extension. This right away should feel good. And if it doesn't feel good, maybe you're going back too much or the foam roller is just not in the right spot for you. Just find the sticky spot and you can kind of adjust, mobilizing different points. Coming up in a little bit of flexion and then extension here. And don't be afraid to let your arms really carry your head so that there's no stress in your neck. Now we're going to get a little more into it, kind of massaging up the center of your shoulder blades, your rhomboids here. So almost like you're doing a bridge, so your feet are grounded. You're going to kind of lift your butt a little bit off the floor here, and then use your feet to kind of roll that foam roller closer towards the top of your shoulders. Let yourself open here, looking up towards the ceiling. And then you reverse that. You push away, foam roller down towards your mid-back or bottom of the shoulder blades, and a little bit of flexion. So look towards your legs. Reverse that, you open. Look towards the ceiling. And then reverse that, you roll, bottom of the shoulder blades, look towards your legs. And you'll feel if you need to adjust the foam roller, adjust your legs. If it feels better to just keep your butt down, you can do that. But this should feel nice, right? Massaging out the posture muscles. Really let yourself open here. Whew. So good. Let's take about 2 more. Awesome. Once you feel good, carefully lower your hips to the mat. Now last little bit here, coming to seated. We're going to take just some release for your neck, which should feel really nice. So keeping the foam roller the same way. Now just scoot yourself forward a little bit. Set yourself up, almost like a pillow. So foam roller is right underneath your neck. Now legs can go where they feel good. If you want to keep them long, keep them long. I'm going to let them kind of flop out a little bit in some external rotation. That feels good. Arms go where they feel good, where you feel calm for a second here. Now letting yourself just settle heavy into the roller. Let yourself relax. Maybe close your eyes. And then I just want you to start to nod your head no. So turning your head to the right. And then curling through center, turn your head to the left. So you're just letting your head be nice and heavy. It's like a little massage for the back of your neck, for those muscles that support you, your traps, all the way up to your skull. Those muscles get nice and tight. So this feels really nice for me. Again, if anything doesn't feel good for you, just don't do it. But I like to kind of just finish it off here, letting yourself relax, letting your body melt into the floor beneath you. And then once you're even on both sides, just take a second to find your center, letting yourself be calm again here. Just notice what your breath is doing, where it's going. Let's go for one more big breath. Awesome. And then once you feel good, you can sit up and you guys are all set. Hope you guys feel good. just a quick cool down session with the foam roller. If you have any questions or requests, again, just let me know, send me a message. Yeah, and I hope you guys are feeling good. See you soon.